He mentioned he was tested in his debut. He was fighting a 500 fighter next who does have 6 fights of experience. And obviously, at this weight class, speed is at a premium. And Rito Susumi appears to have plenty of it, Sergio.
You like to hear the snap of that punch, too, man. But that comes behind technique. That's the thing about Japanese fighters, too. Yes, they have power and they have speed, excellent footwork. But look at the technique as well. Elbows tucked in. He rotates the torso, the shoulders nicely. That's where all that power comes in. That it's like a bamboo power. The power comes at the end of it. Ratio is back. The fact that he breaks down fighters. He doesn't go looking just for one punch. He systematically beats down fighters, and that's what we want to see from this boogeyman. I still think he has the boogeyman reputation in him. He just needs to keep the knockout streak going.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Subriel Matias has put down everybody in every win he's ever had. So that's what his go-to is. Now, you're fighting Alberto Puello, who is not going to be a one-punch knockout night for you. You're going to have to figure out that puzzle. And no one has been able to figure out Alberto Puello. He's had some close fights. He's been in some tough fights, but he's a winner, Todd. He is a winner. And for Matias, the same things that plagued him with Paro could plague him here if he hasn't learned, Sergio.
Well, I asked Subriel Matias, I said, listen, is Liam Paro better than Puello? And his answer was, in no world, in any shape or form, is Liam Paro anywhere near as good as Puello.
Who takes a better punch? That's going to be the key. I think Dominicans have better punch resistance. That's the question. Felix Trinidad had dynamite in his hands, but he was a little bit chinny. He would get dropped. Here's the thing about Puerto Ricans. They get up and knock you out. That's what I love seeing about Puerto Ricans and Dominicans. Everyone has their talent. This man's not intimidated by power. He already beat a fighter with a 100% knockout ratio in Gary Antoine Russell. Now he's going to do it again.
By the way, such a massive win for Puello. I was there that night, and not many people gave him a chance in that fight. And he went and took it to Gary Antoine Russell. Again, I talked about it a second ago. I think his biggest quality is he's a winner. He finds ways to win in tough fights. It's not always pretty. It's not a fight that's always glamorous, but he finds ways to win.
He's able to take that and extinguish that aggression in the early rounds, especially in the first 3-4 rounds. Then the success is going to come easier and easier for the boxer. But the first 3 rounds, if this man doesn't land any body shots, he's in for a long night.
Yeah, I agree with Sergio. I think Zepeda has to jump out of the gate to a fast start. You can't let Shakur Stevenson develop into a rhythm with his jab and his footwork. And look, Shakur Stevenson, he fights like Floyd Mayweather. Obviously, he's not on Mayweather's level, and Zepeda's not on the level of Maidana and Castillo. But that's what I look at here. If Zepeda can kind of emulate Castillo and Maidana in those fights against Mayweather, he has a real shot. I want to see him pushing Shakur into clinch, maybe some dirty tactics. He has to be the bigger, stronger bully in there.
Rough tactics. I hate the word dirty because if you can get away with it, then do it. So rough tactics.
That's our motto in all of life, isn't it?
Absolutely. Look, Evander Holyfield used his head. Timothy Bradley used his head. These are Hall of Famers. So are you gonna? That's right. You in the street. But look, that's the thing, man. If you can get away with it, with rough tactics, get on the inside and wrestle, maybe even borderline shots. Bernard Hopkins was the king of borderline shots. Then you get away with what you can get away with.
You got to wait and see. He got a big head, so I can't wait to touch his chin. But that's all that I'm focused on. I'm focused on doing my thing and coming out of there victorious.
Another great example. Terrence Crawford at 135 and 140 was not a crushing puncher. At 147, he knocked out all 7 or 8 of his opponents. Then you look at Teofimo Lopez, 135, he's a devastating puncher. At 140, he doesn't seem to have much power at all.
Also, David Benavidez has gone up. He's struggled to put people away as well. But as far as Hamzah Sheeraz, Mike, if he does win this fight and wins decisively against Berlanga, how high will his stock rise?
Look, I think he has all the ingredients to be a star. He has the British audience behind him. He's a great talker. He looks the thing about Hamzah and Sheeraz and how big he is. Look at the size of Berlanga. Berlanga, I think, could easily fight at 175 or even cruiserweight in the future. And you look at his face right now, I don't think this is an easy weight cut for him.
Is that Isak Cruz in there with Berlanga right now? Sorry, Pitbull. Just a little joke. Good to see Edgar Berlanga bringing the family on board. Good to see the softer side of the man who represents Puerto Rico but fights out of Brooklyn, New York. And Sergio, he keeps hyping up this as a home fight for him. He says the crowd is going to be electrifying. There's no way Sheeraz is going to be able to beat me in front of my people. You fought in front of your home crowd before. sometimes it doesn't go the way you want.
No, you can ask any fighter. I mean, it backfired on Katie Taylor. It backfired on Subriel Matias. It backfired on me plenty of times. There's something about too much pressure because you want to go out there and have the best performance for your hometown fans. But when you go looking for the knockout, that's when you are vulnerable to getting hit and getting knocked out. So Berlanga, I think, learned from that Canelo fight. I think he's going to check that swagger. He's going to check that bad boy, braggadocious way about him. And if he can just go out there and maintain his distance.
Fuck Oscar De La Hoya. Fuck you. I'm going to see you tomorrow. We're going to smack the shit out of you tomorrow. So...
Okay, then. Well, let's talk about the fight itself.
Fuck Oscar.
There you go. The fight itself.
Fuck Oscar.